All right, we are back for Fourth Friday Fun Working Live. If you're not working on the fourth Friday in the afternoon, you might as well be networking. So that's why we're here. We have an awesome crew in our first batch of chit chatting. That's what we'll call it, right? Chit chatting. That's kind of what we do. Chit chatting with purpose. Yeah?
That works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Audience feedback. Participation is much appreciated. So we have a question of the day, but first, real quick, let's everybody go around and say your name and what your business is. And if you have a Halloween costume, what is your Halloween costume? Just for funsies.
Do we need to move this?
Yeah, who wants? Casey, why don't you go first?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. I'm Casey with KK Fitness Training, and
Can't hear you, Casey.
You can't?
Yeah, can you ride into the microphone?
It won't turn. Like I can't get it to rotate.
Lift the arm. Like down here. Down here.
I was trying.
No, down at the bottom. There you go.
I was doing there. Because Laura's gonna need to talk too. We're all discombobulated today.
You got it. Just lean in.
But I gotta turn it for her in a second.
It's okay. It's okay.
Casey with KK Fitness Training. Which Halloween? Because I started today, so
The actual official one that happens on October the 31st.
I will. Other than networking, I'm not dressing up because I gotta work all day. So
Oh.
that's why I dress up now for then.
Oh, you
And
must
I
have
will be-
grown up
I will
or
be
something.
I will be all the different superheroes, and
Cool. So who are you today?
I am Captain Marvel today. It's a
Awesome.
marvelous Friday.
Awesome.
So,
It is marvelous. And it's a marvelous fourth Friday.
yeah.
All right, Laura, try this one. It may be
Okay.
easier. There you go.
And I am Laura Formanek. And for Halloween this year, I'm going to be doing a 70s disco prom party. So that ought to be very interesting. Costumes are mandatory.
I love it. A woman after my own heart.
My name is Stephen Alaman, and I work with Sims Commercial Realtors and Auctioneers. I don't have any Halloween costumes. I think I don't know that I've grown up, but I have grown old. So my costume is I'm going to be the old guy that hands the candy out when the kids come to the door.
Are you going to try to scare him?
No, I don't. I having been a kid before, I don't think I would inflict a childhood trauma on the trick or treaters.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm Lydia Sims, and am I good right here? And I'm with Sims Commercial Realtors and Auctioneers. And have you guys seen Dexter? Everyone knows what Dexter is?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what Dexter is?
The TV show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the guy I'm talking to is going to be Dexter, and I'm going to be wrapped up in saran wrap. And yeah, and there will be like a little cut right there.
All right. So is your theme for where you're going to be dressed up at? Because you guys are doing something on the square, right? Is it going to be a crime scene?
Me and Katie are gonna be princesses. So Katie's gonna be Elsa, and I'll be Rapunzel. But later that night there's a Halloween.
That's
event.
the G-rated
Yeah, I know.
Halloween
So they're like
costume
PG.
for all of the kids who come trick or treating
Yeah, I'll be
down at the
Rapunzel,
square
and
in
then
Murfreesboro.
later I'll be like the murder scene, I guess, from Dexter.
Murdered Rapunzel.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Y'all are going to make a great Rapunzel and Elsa. That's going to be so fun. I can't wait for the pictures. The best part about dressing up like a princess for a kid's Halloween thing is when they go, "Mommy, it's
Yeah.
Elsa. And then they're like, I watched your movie." I can't wait. It's so fun. Like, I just want to hang out with y'all, but I won't have time because I'll be chasing a 5-year-old. So yeah, I would love to, but I will be light fury chasing a 5-year-old. So, yeah. So I'm Jessica Bryan with Reed and Associates Financial Advisors, and I'll also your wonderful co-host for the evening. I get to say I'm wonderful because I have the microphone. And then my other co-host, typically we have Trent Denson with us, but standing in his place is the beautiful Katie Coleman. Katie, we've already spilled the beans on what your costume is, but
Yes.
tell us who you are and what you do.
Katie Coleman, moonlighting as a podcast producer today. Tomorrow we'll see. Thanks for having me be your co-pilot.
I love it. This is so fun. Stephen, we may have to kick you out for just a minute so that we can have an all girls thing going on, because the next group will be 2 guys and a girl and 2 girls actually. So, well, the horse is a girl, so 2 girls. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. All right, so our question of the month, the moment you've all been waiting for, kind of a Halloween theme, right? So I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, "the hill I will die on." Well, instead of dying on a hill, we're going to fight zombies on a hill. So, what is one thing in your business that you believe in so much or believe against so much that it is a hill you will fight zombies on?
Okay.
Not all of the hills, just a hill.
That if you're not getting in enough food, you're not going to see progress. So the enough protein, enough carbs, enough fat that, so if overextended fasting or eating one meal a day isn't necessarily going to get you to your calories and get you what you need. And I have so many clients that, well, why aren't I losing weight? I'm not eating very much. That's why you're not losing weight. You technically need to eat more. Or I'm not seeing the gains, or I'm not seeing, because you're not eating enough, actually.
It's funny that you brought that up. I've been listening to a book. Don't ask me the name of it. I don't know. But I started listening to a book, and the chapter that I was just listening to, they're talking about how extended calorie restriction causes your metabolism to slow down and can affect it for years into the future.
Yes.
So that's interesting that was your hill to fight zombies on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All day long. I have those conversations all day long.
So what is your number one tip in the opposite direction? Like, what's your, like, if you could only focus on one thing when it comes to eating enough?
A minimum of half your body weight in protein. Preferably in grams, your full body weight in grams in protein. But start with half, because most people aren't even getting that.
Wow.
So.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. So we, Lydia and I, work together at Sims Commercial. We sell real estate, and I think, anytime somebody is considering selling something or somebody is considering buying something, the first question that the buyer or seller asks of us is, what is the property worth? And our easy answer is, it depends. And I think sometimes people think we're being cute, or we're trying to be evasive or avoid the question, and the reality is, it does depend. It depends on who's going to buy it, what are they going to do with it, are they going to have to put in a lot of money to develop something, to build a building from scratch? If it's a residential property, are they going to be, renovating it and remaking it, remodeling it, doing something completely different? So especially at first glance, without doing a lot of significant research into a property and what somebody's going to do with it, the reality is we don't know what it's worth. And even after you do a lot of research and find out what what the property could be used for, what somebody's planning to do with it. The answer at the end of all that is still, it depends on what somebody is planning to do with it.
So it sounds like the hill you're willing to fight zombies on would also be that somebody that's in real estate who goes, oh, well, that's easy. Your property, oh, it's worth this. They're not doing their due diligence.
I think so. I mean, and also I will say we deal with a lot of, difficult properties, and by that I mean difficult to assign a price tag to. One of the things that we tell people in an auction is if you live in a neighborhood that's pretty recently built, all of the houses are built from a similar template. There's a house selling in the neighborhood every couple of weeks for around this amount of money. It's very easy to come up with a comp figure for that. But if you live in an older neighborhood, for instance, I live in a neighborhood in Nashville where all the houses were built in the 1950s, and so in the last 75 years, a lot of them have been changed up completely. Some of them have had new kitchens put in 3 or 4 times, and so they've been changed. So you really can't look at a sale in the neighborhood and say, well, because you live in that same neighborhood, this is worth it. So in certain situations, it is possible, I guess, to come up with a reliable figure, but a lot of times, again, the answer is it just depends, and people think, again, that we're being evasive, but it's the only way to answer the question sometimes.
So on the other side of that, what is one thing that you would want to say to them? Like just, like something to look for, something to be aware of, just one key that you would give to a potential customer.
If it's the seller, try to put themselves truly and honestly in the position of the buyer, because a lot of times if somebody's selling an asset, if I'm selling a car, I think my car is worth $50,000 because it's the best car in the whole wide world, and I went driving in this car on my first date with my wife or whatever, right? They've got this emotional baggage that's tied up into whatever it is that they're looking to sell. If you're looking at things from the buyer's perspective, none of that matters. None of the history matters.
Wow.
And buyers are going to make a much more cold and calculating decision about what an asset might be worth. So I would just say, if somebody's asking, try to really, really let go of everything that you have in your heart, and try to put yourself in the position of the buyer.
That's good advice. We do tend to think our stuff is worth more.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
Everybody
we
does.
do. We do. That's a really good point that you make there. Who's next?
I think mine is the fact that employee performance management is not just discipline. It's not just employee performance improvement plans. It begins the day they start, and it should include coaching and mentoring and recognizing them for the good job that they do, and not just disciplining them or putting them on a PIP if they do something wrong.
Wow. You stepped on some toes with that one. I bet.
It's a big hill.
Wow. Hey, I can appreciate a big hill. Like I really can. That's powerful. What would be your what's your big hill? Like, here's your one thing that you should absolutely do.
You need to recognize your employees when they do a good job, and recognize them first, and then what could we do differently? How could we 10% better next time? But always give that nugget of encouragement and help them improve, and not just discipline.
Wow. Do you find employers starting to do that more, or
Depends upon the culture. Yeah, depends upon the culture. But I would like to see it more. I would like to help change the cultures.
Well, yeah, culture is a big deal. Is there a now I'm curious. Is there a certain company or organization you've seen that you're like, oh, this is the model of how this should be done? They do such a good job.
Can't think of anything off the top of my head, but Not off the top of my head, but
Dang. All right. So, for our listeners out there, Laura does fractional HR. She's looking to change the culture. And if you want to be the model company, you should call her this week and set an appointment because she can help you be the model company for a good work culture. I got you. My check's in the mail, right? All right, Lydia, I think that means you're up.
Yep. So, we also, there you go. We also do a lot of auctions in our company, and my hill that I would die on, I guess, or fighting zombies would be after the auction. And this isn't an often comment, it's just one that happens. And if any auctioneer does any auctions, they know exactly like what I'm talking about. But say you have an auction and it goes actually really well, and then the person is like, oh, it could have brought more, or it didn't do well. Well, when you sit down and you show them, like 30,000 people saw this, and then like 10,000 people came to look at the website and like read all your stuff, and then it keeps going down from there. You could be like 50 people bidded, on the auction, and they were all over the world and obviously like all over the country, but also the world. You're not taking just like Murfreesboro or Nashville's price point. You've then gone up because, right, someone from California is like, oh, that's cheap. So you open this price value to the world, to all these people, and you can't sit there and argue and think that if it was going to bring more, it would have.
Wow.
So, like, if you look at the numbers, if it would brought more, it would have.
Right.
The only way you can argue that is if you're, like, sitting there and there's, like, no bidders. So, and the numbers are just, like, all zeros. So, like, no one gets there.
So would you say that kind of goes in with we think our stuff is worth so much more?
Yes,
Right?
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
hard once the market has spoken, and put a price on something. It's really hard to argue with the market. You can't.
That's like the
and-
tribe has spoken. You are off the island. The bidding is done.
Yep.
Okay, what is your one thing? Like your one thing that you would say to somebody that they're getting ready to auction a property, like your one bit of advice for them, what to focus on or what not to focus on?
To be open-minded the entire process, to not let anything scare you, and to acknowledge, like, to set aside your emotions and acknowledge all the work and all the numbers and all the proof that's in front of you. Okay, this, if it was worth more, it would have brought more. So therefore, I could lay my head down at night because I didn't have to put up a value number, right? It actually went for what it was meant for. So no emotions, basically, when it comes to selling property.
No emotions when it comes to selling stuff. All right. Well, thanks, guys. That's very exciting for all of us here. I'm just kidding. No, it's really good advice. I mean, y'all are right. We all think our stuff is worth more than other people think it's worth. I mean, that's the game, right? You want to sell it for as much as you can possibly sell it for. I want to buy it for as little as I can possibly pay for it.
Yeah.
And once the deal is done, maybe we can be friends, or maybe you're offended. I don't know. But at the end of the day, right, we each have an objective, and that's it, and then somewhere in between there, we'll come together. All right, Katie, I'm really excited about your answer, actually, because I'm in my head, I'm guessing what it will be. I was kind of guessing Casey's too. But what is your hill that you are what?
My camera's dead.
but that's okay.
Oh.
I'll just be a disembodied voice.
Okay, all right. So what is your hill that you are willing to fight zombies on?
What is the one that you would have guessed? Because I'm
I'm not-
curious.
I'm tossing around ideas. I have a couple of different ones, but
I think everybody should start a business.
okay, that wasn't it.
Okay, tell me what it was now. Can I? Can you? I mean,
Yes. I was going with either everyone should know who their ideal client is,
yes.
or
That was my
everyone should be
second
able
one.
to easily define their offer. Those are my
Amen,
two.
sister. Amen.
You learned well yesterday.
Those are great hills to fight zombies on.
Yeah,
But yes.
yeah. I missed. I was a sick child.
But you still knew. You know the content.
I know you. I know my girl.
So I figured I would zoom out a little farther because you can't get to defining your ideal client or defining your offer if you don't have a business. So that's the hill I'll fight zombies on today, is that I think everybody has a gift that was given to them that is uniquely theirs. And what were gifts made to do? They were meant to be given, right? And you have to give that to the world through entrepreneurship. That's the hill that I'll die on, because I think you have a gift that's uniquely you. I think you should make money for that gift. I think you should share it with the world in the way that's uniquely yours. And I think that there are people that need what you have to give. And so start a business. And it's actually not as hard as you might think. A lot of people don't start businesses because they think that there's a lot that they don't know. They get overwhelmed. They get scared. And it's not scary. It's just a process that you follow. And the world needs what you have to offer. They need your gifts.
I think you answered question part 2 all in part 1 there of what's your one thing that you would say.
The world needs your gifts.
The world needs your
you.
gifts. Yeah, the world needs your gifts. Oh, that was an awesome answer.
Thank you.
All right, wasn't what I guessed, but that's okay. I'm glad you can zoom out.
You were right there though. I mean, if we had more time, we could dive into the ideal client.
Oh, what? Shameless plug. If you want to dive in, Katie is teaching a class on Wednesday. So this Wednesday, the 29th.
Yes, ma'am.
29th of October from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is all in intensive one afternoon training class on her full entire program because her business is, doing all kinds of things with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business owners, blah, blah, blah. But if you are looking to launch, scale, grow, if you feel stuck, if you're not sure where to get started, if you are lost in the noise of, what do I do? I'm hearing all these different things that I should be doing. This is the class for you. It is worth more than what she's charging for it. So,
Oh my gosh, you're so kind. Thank you.
jump in on that class. You can find all the information online. And lunch is provided.
Yes, it is, but it's a secret where it's from. But don't worry, it'll be good.
Oh,
It'll be
awesome.
good lunch. I'll go
Awesome.
places for lunch, man.
I know.
There's food there. I will be there.
Listen, we have shared some good meals.
That's right.
So, all right, guys. Well, does anybody have any parting thoughts that you just thought of as we went through that you might want to add to your list of zombies that you're fighting or anything?
I was kind of intrigued by what you were talking about, especially in HR, trying to keep things on the positive focus. I think I mentioned to you earlier, my wife works in HR and they're kind of seen as the bad guys a lot. But when you're working with somebody, particularly, young people, if you're helping to bring them up and helping to, further their own careers, if you as their managers can keep that as your focus, and not just focus on what you can extract from them, get the last drop of oil out of their blood or what have you, mixed metaphor, but instead focus on how can you help them to grow as a professional. A lot of times, these things that get people crossways with each other can really be smoothed over because they believe that you've got their best interests and their growth at heart.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. So these guys, check out their businesses. I think they're all on social media, have websites, all the things. Check them out. Learn more about them. These are all great local business people that we want to support and fortunately not just do business with, but some of us, we get to do life together too. And that's awesome. So thank y'all for being here. We're going to do fruit basket turnover and bring in another group of people.
As well.
Yep, you can do it in this microphone though,
Do it in this
because
one?
this one is not working.
It's not working.
Yeah, it's not working great. So,
Goodness gracious.
and this is why we need Trent here. Trent, you're not allowed to miss
Yes,
often.
we miss Trent a lot. November 3rd, I'm hosting a women's networking event at Achieve at 8 a.m. We're going to have Martin Brews, coffee, and I'm going to be doing a couple of songs for cardio drumming if anybody wants to come.
Oh.
Go to
Interesting.
wearewomenconnect.com and you'll see it on there for November 3rd.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Y'all check that out. Well, while we're bringing in our next group, let me shameless plug Spread the Positive Studios where we're at. Trent is gracious enough to host this event every fourth Friday. We go live for a while. We hang out here for a while. The event's 5 to 7. And we hang out on the front end, we hang out on the back end, and we podcast in the middle, and we have a great time. But the studio here is just a really awesome place to hang out. We're surrounded, you guys can't see it, but we're surrounded by positive signs. And if you're looking to promote your business, start a podcast, do some advertising that will go on other podcasts, definitely get in touch with Trent. And he also has a thing called the 1200 Club. It's a great way to create content or have somebody else that has a studio with cameras and mics and all the things, create content for you, for your business. Get in touch with Trent and he'll get you taken care of. So I might have to go out into the hall and drag other people in. Oh, Katie's going to go drag them in. Oh, she said that so much nicer than I would have. She said, come on in, you guys. Okay, we're super excited. We're excited. We have Miss Michelina and our superstar guest. Yes, you sit wherever you want to, sister. Secret is in the house. Secret is in the house. All right. Can you fold that microphone that's in? Yeah, fold that one down. It's not working great. Trent, if you're watching live, you still have a job. We will not be firing you.
Anytime soon.
Yeah, we want you to be here because you are the one that knows how to solve all the problems. So we're just gonna have to pass around 2 mics, and that's okay. We're good enough friends. Careful, it might fall. I really don't know how difficult it would be to just take it off the stand and pass it around, but it might be easier. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around, and first, we're just going to say your name, say what business you have with, who you're representing, whatever the situation is, and if you're dressing up for Halloween, what's your costume? Because you never grow up too much to dress up for Halloween if you want to.
I'm working on it.
The microphone wants to just be on Halloween break. It says it's Friday afternoon. I'm out. All right, who wants to go first? Okay.
Hi, I'm Michelina Love, and I am with Minnie Creek Farms, an animal-assisted therapy program. I am here with Secret, the miniature horse, who's being just a little bit bashful right around the chair right now. But for Halloween, I am going to be with my husband and my daughter. If you know Disney zombies, I'm going to be dressing up as Addison. She's going to be Addison, and then my husband is going to be Zed the zombie, and we're going to spread unity and progressive, fun kindness. So that's what we're going to be for Halloween.
Fun. Is Secret dressing up for Halloween?
Secret is not dressing up for Halloween, but she has before as a unicorn.
Awesome.
Well, hi.
Secret is shy.
Yes. That's how she stays a secret.
Oh, that was
Well
I see what you
played.
did there.
Yeah, didn't. That's awesome.
Yes. Well, we just came to check out the Spread the Positive podcast. So I'm employed by EOSIS, which is up in Smyrna. It's a great employee-owned business, so technically, representing my company, but I'm the training manager there, and I just love hearing about good things that are happening and positive things that are going on. I haven't dressed up for Halloween in a really long time, and I'm trying hard to imagine what I would dress up as, something that's not itchy, that, I don't know. I can't
What was your last Halloween costume? Do you remember?
I think my last one was a princess. I wore an old prom dress, and then I had a little thing that I picked up at a Renaissance fair that was like sort of like a princess little with chainmail and like fake.
Okay.
A tiara.
Yeah, kind of like a tiara,
That's
except
awesome.
it would get caught in my hair. So like a tiara, but different.
Awesome. That's fun. Here you go. I get to share with you.
Yay. Well, I'm Keith Copeland, and I have something called the Inner Edge Dojo. It's business owners who want to be coached to have a business instead of a job. So it makes it more efficient, save their time, get people on board. And last time I dressed up, it was probably as a pirate, but it was really clothes from my old hippie days. I really dressed up as a hippie. Looked like a pirate, so pirate.
Awesome. I have a feeling that when I ask my question of the month, you're gonna have something to say. Have a feeling.
All right, so we'll just go with holding the mic.
Okay.
So I am Bruce with a B, Reed and Associates. I'm a financial advisor. So the last thing I dressed up as, I would probably have to say a hillbilly with overalls, and I think that would be it. Yeah, we'll
I'm
go
not
with
sure
that.
that was dressing up, but
That's not fair.
It's your everyday.
I feel like I just got hit with the bus. All right.
I think I remember that costume though.
May closely resemble
yesterday.
that. From yesterday. Come on, Katie.
Oh, and Katie backed the bus up
Oh,
over him.
man.
All right, so we have a really good question this month. In the spirit of Halloween, we've all heard the "I will die on this hill." Well, we're not dying on the hill; we're fighting zombies on the hill. So, in your business, what is the hill that you would fight zombies on? The thing that you believe in so much, or you believe so much against that you will fight zombies on that hill? Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I don't think I said my name, did I? I was like incognito. So Donna Copeland. And so for me,
It was a secret.
it was, yeah.
We have two secrets.
Oh.
Yeah. So for me, we have a lot of people who help to develop training, and my belief is that we all have something to offer. We all have things to contribute. And so that's something that to me is really important, that we recognize what each of us has within us to contribute to the greater good. And so that would be something that would be worth fighting zombies about, is the contributions that we can all have beyond brains.
So part two, what would be your tip, like your one thing that you would say to somebody about their contribution or allowing someone else to contribute?
So about your own contribution, just know that you are of value, that you bring value to the world. And then for somebody else who maybe doesn't think that a specific person or group of people have something to contribute, I would encourage them to pause and just take a moment of reflection and imagine what that would feel like if people were believing that about them.
That's a good one. I had that same conversation with my 5-year-old today. How would it make you feel if? So how do you think it made them feel?
It's pretty much the same thing with grown-ups.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Well, I would say though, like truly at my company, like we have incredible people who are contributing and sharing and growing and learning, and so I mean I think that's all good stuff.
That's awesome. That's a really good hill to fight zombies on. It's a good one. Who's next?
I can
Go.
So, again, Michelina with Mini Creek Farms, and one of those hills to die on or fight zombies on, I would say, is that don't judge an animal by its cover, and that almost any animal, I truly believe, can be used for the greater good of therapy and spreading love, joy, and peace to people. That it can be from some people who might not like snakes at all. Snakes have been used. We actually use chickens to work with certain autistic kids, and people are like, why a chicken? And because they can take the specific frizzled texture of the chicken feathers with sensory issues when other animals they can't stand to touch. So we don't want to discount any animal in our program. We use a large variety of animals, and I think that no animal should be judged by what they look like or what they are to be able to spread that possible joy and love.
Oh wow. So what would be your one tip?
Consider what the need is of the person and then match them with what the animal can bring to the table.
Oh wow. That's cool.
So that begs the question, are skunks on the table?
They can be. Yes, they can be.
Okay, so I know somebody that has a pet possum.
Love possums.
That's crazy to me. I think it would be so cool to have a pet raccoon named Miko, but my friend says that raccoons are ridiculous. So what are your thoughts on raccoons?
I think raccoons, just like a lot of wild animals, are not necessarily meant to be kept in what we would consider captivity and try to domesticate them. They are extremely funny and they can bring some crazy things to the table, but as far as them being a good pet, maybe not.
Okay, what about a fox? What about a fox named Todd?
Okay, I see where we're going with this Disney theme right here.
And maybe a hummingbird named Flit.
Yes, all on board with these things. All on board.
Oh my goodness, that's good stuff. That's a really good point about the therapy animals. That's really cool. All right, who's next? What other hill are we fighting zombies on?
I'll go. So, in the financial arena, I think to narrow it down to one hill is hard, but I think that hill would have to be deception.
Oh yeah.
There is so much deception in the financial arena that just making sure people have the truth is a hill I would fight zombies on. So,
Shameless plug. I posted a post in my Messy Buns and Big Funds group on Facebook today about that, because part of my continuing education, on one of the videos, they said it was something along the lines of basically the scammers change with the trends. That's not exactly how they said it, but basically the deceptive practices change and alter with what's trending in cultures.
we know the from Sunday school lesson, truth and deception. Truth doesn't have to be explained, but deception always needs a explanation.
Dang.
So
That's
there you go.
solid.
That's my thing.
That's a good one.
Share
Mic drop.
truth. Share truth.
Share truth.
I
There
don't
you
want to
go.
drop the mic because it's already squirrely.
Yeah, no. Listen, Trent. Whoa.
See what I mean?
Trent might get mad at us. All right, that leaves you. I feel like you're gonna have a good one.
No, just they're all good. I've worked with organizations like for the last 30 or 40 years. We had a martial arts school for 25 years. So people are people, kids or adults. But with businesses, people feel like they have to go to work, and it feels like there's conflict, and you butt heads, and it's like everybody got their agenda. It's like trying to make things happen. A business can very well run where everybody is working in their zone of genius. So it's about creating a organization where people can find themselves there, and how can I express myself, and how can I be productive in the way that makes me feel like I've contributed and like I want to contribute. And that way you create ownership over everything you do in the business. Most business owners are looking at the bottom line and saying, hey, I got to make my profit higher next. I got to get the productivity more and more and more. There's ways to be more productive without having to work harder.
Man.
Wow. I knew you were gonna
Enlighten
have
us,
something good.
please.
I knew you're gonna, and I bet you're speaking Katie's language too.
I know this. You're talking my love language over here. I'm just like, please tell us what they are. How are you more productive without working harder?
Well, part of what we do is we get, it's like a machine, right? You get all these iterations, you have all these gears. So if you want to move something from here to there, you have 10,000 gears to get it there. Take out a bunch of gears and just put in a belt, and let it move through. So it's about getting people to work together in their zone of genius to figure out how can we get this done in a way that makes sense, is more efficient, and creates better quality and less friction. There's so much friction between people. Just simply when somebody goes, I'm frustrated about this or this, instead of saying, well, you should do it this way or that way, say, well, tell me about what you're frustrated about. Oh, okay, now we're starting to ask one of the 5 whys. It's a tool, right? So then when you ask these questions, well, tell me more about that. Why is that true? Well, it's because, the classic thing is you're in a factory and there's a puddle on the floor. Clean that floor up. It keeps getting a puddle on the floor all the time. Well, it's dripping. Something's dripping down. Okay, we'll get somebody up there to fix the drip and not have to do that anymore. So, well, it's dripping again. Well, we fixed it. Well, it's the whole thing's vibrating because it's attached to that machine. Well, what about the machine? Well, let's fix the machine. So you get to the core issue, core problem, and instead of fixing the same thing over and over again, it's because you ask the question, that must be really frustrating. How does it make you feel? And when do you feel that way? Wow, then you can open up a conversation and you get people to actually think in a more abstract way instead of this critical, I have to solve this thing now. I want to solve this thing once and for all.
It's like business therapy.
Exactly.
Man.
That's good stuff.
Hope he's not charging.
No.
We got that.
Program. I'm not charging for this.
Okay, so tell us about your program.
It's called the Inner Dojo. We pull in a lot of the martial arts philosophies, Western philosophies, and also the consulting we've done with the Fortune 500 companies. And we bring a cohort of business owners together and take them through a process where they work on themselves, figure themselves out, and the biggest problem with any company is the owner, because they have an insane boss.
Fire the CEO.
Fire the owner.
John Maxwell.
Fire the
CEO.
Fire the owner so you can have a CEO. Because as long as the owner is there, they're trying to run everything. Nobody can do anything as good as them. No, let's get a bunch of people who can do it 80% as well as you can. Write it down, and then let's systemize that and let's refine the system, get the gears out of the way.
So how do people get in touch with you?
Well, I'm in the process of putting those things together. So there's a
So you'll be back next month on 4th Friday, right?
sure.
We also need you to be on the Business Badass Revolution podcast. Let's
Can
talk
do.
after this.
Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's fire right there. That's
There
gonna be
you
a
go.
great one. You don't even know what you just signed up for, but it's good. It's good.
It's just about helping people.
That's awesome, man. We love it. He's if you happen to not hear that, he said it's just about helping people. So I know we got a lot of people here that are all about helping some people. I hope y'all don't mind. I would love to spend some more time on Secret, because we're not going to ask Michelina to bring Secret every time she comes, even though we're going to ask her to come back. But can you tell us just a little bit more about what y'all do? You had an event today that you were at earlier. Just tell us a little bit more about her and the therapies that you do with her, and maybe we can we swing a camera around? Can we swing maybe this camera?
Comfortable behind the chair right now.
Or
Her little face is just barely visible.
would this be the best one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that while you talk.
So I am with Minnie Creek Farms. We are a animal assisted therapy nonprofit in Las Casas, Tennessee. We have been in operation since 2017, and we work with kids and adults with disabilities. And our motto is bringing animals with people, spreading healing, hope, and love through God's creation. So we take animals from all different species and walks of life and backgrounds, and pair them with people based specifically on what they need in life and what they're going through. Secret, our miniature horse, who hopefully y'all can see now, is about 11 years old now. We've had her for almost 5 years, and she has been a wonderful treasure in our program. She works and travels around Middle Tennessee, and we do a lot of the major nursing homes and assisted living facilities here in Murfreesboro, and we love going to our different school events, and we go to 2 of the autistic or special needs schools here in Murfreesboro. There's Jeremiah's Promise and Possibility Place, and work with those people. We love being able to spend time with those friends. They are wonderful friends. And then today we did an event where we did a homeschool veterinary education class. So we took some animals over, brought Secret. The kids got to learn about veterinary medicine, which I'm very passionate about as an LVMT. And we got to show them all kinds of wonderful animals and show them how to take care of them.
That is awesome. That's cool stuff. How long have you been doing this? I know you said she's 11, but how long have you been working with therapy animals and farm animals and all that?
I grew up on a farm, so basically it has been in my blood. I have been doing with the cows and everything you could imagine on a farm since I could walk, even before then probably. And I fell in love with animals through my mom and dad. My mom is a veterinarian here in Murfreesboro. My dad works and runs his own farm, and we have always been in that corporation. I feel that in college, I was kind of losing my sense of calling on where God wanted me to be. And my whole direction and plan I had for my life was kind of thrown off the wayside. And so I found this miniature horse, because I had always wanted one, that somebody was giving away. Her name was Coco, and from the very first time I met Coco, I knew that we were going to do wonderful things. And so then I thought, how can I incorporate animals and sharing the love of animals with other people who needed it most? And so that's when we first started with Coco in 2017 with just a friend's horse trailer, and traveled to a lot of the nursing homes and schools. And Coco was able to spread a lot of love and help me get started on that journey with animal assisted therapy.
That is so cool. And you also said earlier that Secret does birthday parties as a unicorn?
Yes, she does. She loves going to birthday parties and getting fed cookies and dressing up for the kids.
Now, when she goes as a unicorn, do you go as the Lady Amalthea?
Sometimes I wish people would have me dress up as a princess or a queen with them, and then I could be part of the character, but normally I'm just sitting there as a handler.
Oh, I don't think Rhett would enjoy having a unicorn at his birthday party, but if I had a girl, I would totally ask you to dress up as a princess. 'Cause I would 100% dress up as a princess too.
It's fun.
Have you ever done princess photo shoots? Like how they do the little kid photo shoots with the unicorn? Has
Yes.
Secret ever done that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
These
gosh.
girls will come out with their really gorgeous ball gowns and everything. It's really cute.
That's what I want to do for my birthday. So how can people find you?
So we don't have a website yet, but we are on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us at Mini Creek Farms and give us a like and a follow. Shoot me your messages if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to get in touch.
If you're sticking around till later, I think there's some people here that you need to talk to about websites and such.
Yes, please.
Because that is an awesome, awesome program. So thanks for coming. Thanks for bringing Secret.
Yes, thank you.
So cool. So cool. All right. So for those of you who are watching the live stream, this is why you show up in person, because Secret's been hanging out right out here just outside the studio. She's hanging out in the studio. She's fixing to go back out there. And if you were here live and live in color rather than on Memorex, then you would be able to hang out with Secret and pet her, and you would be having so much fun just like we are. So anyways, be jealous and be here next month.
She's amazingly soft. Like, I had no idea she was that. Like, she's like touching luxury.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for being here. We're going to do fruit basket turnover. I think we have a couple of people outside. They're going to come in and talk with us and answer our question of the month. So don't give them any tips or anything. Okay. Let them get thrown under the bus just like y'all were. That makes it more fun.
They'll have fun with the microphones too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So remember, for those of you that are watching live, remember you're not getting the whole story by not being here. There's a whole conversation, multiple conversations going on just outside the room. And things happening over at Cedar Glade Brews. There's always a food truck, and there's a lot going on around here. So it may look like all the fun is happening right here, but it's really not. There's people everywhere, and now they're having to tear themselves away from their other conversations just to come in here and have a conversation with us.
Absolutely. What you see here is just the tip of the iceberg.
It is. It is.
There's so much more. Like mini horses and...
I know. I'm so excited. So excited about the mini horse.
You are?
Oh, I can't see you, but... Oh no. Okay, so mini horses aren't here all the time. For those who just found out that they're allergic to miniature horses.
It's totally fine. But I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, that's so sad. You can't have a miniature horse at your birthday party.
Bummer.
Oh. All right.
I don't know though. I don't know about you, but I would deal with the allergies to have Secret at my birthday party.
I mean, they make allergy medicine.
Is there a minimum age for having a unicorn at your birthday party? Because I'm turning 35 soon, and I would like to have a unicorn at my birthday party.
I think that's the perfect age.
Right. You're never too old, right?
No, never. Never too old to have a unicorn at your birthday party.
Yeah.
I think that's so fun. It just makes me want to dress up like a princess.
You could do that all day, any day, every day, just for fun. If you wanted.
We should. You know,
It can be a random Tuesday, and we can dress up like princesses.
I think we should do that and go to lunch.
Just for fun.
Yes. I have some dresses.
Do it. Do it.
We should totally do it. Last year I went to another event as the Snow Queen and wore my old wedding dress because it's very sparkly. I wore my old wedding dress and all this glitter and stuff, and I have a white like furry blanket that I had wrapped around me.
You channeled your inner Tilda Swinton.
I don't know who that is, but
She's the Snow Queen.
Oh,
from Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, I didn't realize that was her name.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. All right. I believe you.
Well, I feel the need to fact check now because yep. It is she. Tilda Swinton.
Oh, well. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's who I channeled.
Your inner Tilda Swinton.
Yep, I didn't even know it, but yeah, I was channeling my inner Snow Queen. It was super fun.
Tilda Swinton as the Snow Queen.
Oh, all right.
Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. She's the White Witch.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I was not the White Witch.
Sorry.
I was
Okay.
the Snow Queen.
Who's the Snow Queen?
I don't know. I was wearing a white dress with fur and had snow and snowflakes, and I may have just made it up.
I love that.
Nobody's in there with you?
Nobody's in here.
It's a real thing. She's very Elsa-esque.
So I'm going to tell my hill that I would die on. I haven't told mine.
Yes, tell us
So
yours.
my hill that I will fight zombies on is that way too many people in the financial industry make things sound complicated so that they can sound smart and you think you need them and you're confused. And so you just go, okay, just do whatever.
Ooh.
That's my hill I'll fight zombies on, because I think that when you make decisions with your money, actually when you do any kind of decision making, is grown up decision making, I think you should be able to do it with confidence and clarity. And I think if somebody, I think it's one thing for a client to be so comfortable and to say, I trust you. Like, thank you for telling me this. I trust you. And they may or may not understand. And for them to go, I don't need you to explain it anymore. I think that's one thing. But when people in the financial industry are not explaining things in a simple way that their client can understand the words they're using, I think that's on purpose. And that's what we did a seminar last night called Her Legacy. It was just for women. And I partnered with a couple other local people, a local attorney and another local financial advisor. And we did dollar cow averaging.
Yep.
And I'm not going to give all that away. You have to come to a seminar or hang out and talk to me to learn all what that is. But we just talk about buying cows. And it's so simple and it's so relatable. And I think that that's how you should be explaining financial concepts. And if you're not, it's on purpose. I'll fight zombies on that hill.
Can you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
I guess I got excited and talked fast.
No, I was talking about the movie, right? When Coming to America.
Oh, yeah. Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yep, that's it.
That's a great movie.
Well, that's what you said, right?
Yeah.
They don't, I mean,
Well, and if you don't, it's a problem.
that's right. It's a problem.
Yeah. And my one thing is, if somebody's talking to you about something and you don't understand, one, just say you don't understand. Don't nod along. Like, give them opportunity to really explain it to you. And two, if they don't explain it to you in a simple way, find somebody who will. Find somebody who's willing to explain it to you so that you can understand, because at the end of the day, they should want you to understand and feel good about the decision that you're making. And if they don't want you to feel good about the decision you're making, then what the heck are you doing talking to them?
Well, if they don't want you to understand, that's a problem.
Right. And what the heck are you doing talking to them?
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a problem.
I feel like we lost a couple of people. Did we lose?
No, I messaged them and asked them if they were coming. So hopefully they're coming.
Well, we can give them another minute.
Yeah.
We're not in a rush. We
No
got
rush.
45 more minutes. But now if you're watching live and you roll up and we just ended, like, you know. I can't make any promises. Don't roll in here in 51 minutes or in
For real.
42 and a half minutes and go, but I wanted to be on.
So I want to, while we're kind of in the middle, if you're thinking about or you're watching and you're like, man, I should have been there. Well, the next thing you want to be at for I wish I'd have been there is Katie's event on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you should come join me in that event. I kind of have an inside scoop on the meal. It's going to be incredible. So, but what's going to be even more incredible, I have an inside scoop on what Katie's going to share. And she shared a little bit with us on Thursday. And y'all, oh my goodness, you got to be there. So come join us. I'm going to be in the room, and Katie's going to be teaching. It's going to be great. So I want you to come join me. Let's learn together, and then we can make a big difference in the world or in our city, right?
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you.
And in our city creates a big difference in our state.
Yes.
And when we make a big difference in our state, then we can make a big difference in our country.
Yeah,
So-
that's right.
It's a ripple effect.
Amen.
It is. It is. And we have another event coming up on November the
5th.
5th. It
Yes.
it is a reserve seating event, but if if you've got some questions about your money, if you've got if you have any of those feelings of I'm not really sure what's going on, I don't really understand what's going on, we do have event coming up on November the 5th, and get in touch with myself, get in touch with Bruce, and we would love to talk to you about that event and see if that's something that would be a fit for you. And I think Katie should plug the Success Circle too.
Yeah, the event is on the 5th is going to be investment strategies in all markets. Investment strategies in all markets. And then cut to Katie.
My camera's dead again.
Oh no.
Oh,
There we go. What time is your event on Tuesday? Or
It-
the 5th, rather.
Yeah, it's at 5:30. Probably you might as well say 5:30 to 7:30. But like Jessica said, it's a seated event, so you need to get in touch with us
Okay.
to get reservations.
Exciting stuff.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the Success Circle.
Okay, the Success Circle is a women's only, sorry guys, mastermind group for women business owners. It is twice monthly. We meet and we talk about the challenges, the successes, the wins, the problems that you're facing in your business. We provide support, we provide guidance, we provide coaching, and it's a nice place where you can go and feel supported in what you're doing. Honestly, entrepreneurship can be lonely, right? Like you don't have to do it alone because it can be lonely, especially when your husband or your partner is like tired of hearing you complain about the same thing for the 100th time when they're not in it and it doesn't affect them. And it's like they're trying their best to be a great listener, but you can only talk to them about the same thing so many times. This group is for you. If you're experiencing that, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your husband.
I think one of the biggest things, and some of the feedback that we've gotten, because Katie has contracted me to be the group coach, which
She's
is
our
super.
coachest with the mostest.
Oh, thank you. It's just super exciting. It's really a lot of fun for me, and a really great growing process for me too. But with some of the feedback that we've gotten is about the accountability,
Yes.
because a lot of people, when you go into business for yourself, you find out just what a terrible boss you are. But you don't fire yourself, but you also don't hold yourself accountable. So some of the feedback that we've gotten is that between those every 2-week meetings, there's the thought process of, oh, I got to get this done because I'm going to go back to this group. And I don't want to go back to this group of my peers and say that I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And you're the one saying what you're supposed to do, right? You're setting a 2-week actionable goal, and you don't want to go back to the group and go, oh yeah, I didn't do that, because it's one thing to do it one time, but when you're accountable to other people, you can't let yourself off the hook all the time. So
Right.
That's some of the ladies that have been in the group have commented on that and how impactful that has been to them. And it's also fun to, we set those goals, 6 months out, what's your big, hairy, audacious goal for the next 6 months? And then each 2 weeks we're setting smaller goals that work towards that goal. So by the end of the 6 months of that round of goal setting, you get to look back and go, wow, I did that. I was able to accomplish that. And it, you've got a group that encouraged you and helped you problem solve along the way, but then also celebrate with you. And I think that's huge.
And we get focused a lot of the times on checking the boxes and moving to the next thing. And I think another piece of this is just taking the time to celebrate those wins, to pat yourself on the back, to give yourself that little, you know, we did this thing, you know?
Yeah.
Is your camera working?
And we
It was on.
Awesome.
I'm so glad that wasn't missed. Well, and we brush over our wins too. Like
Yes.
we never put enough value on the wins that we have. We always, oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know, I got that done. Yeah, it's no big deal.
Check. Done. Move to
yeah,
the next.
Yeah, and we don't, you know, we minimize our own wins. That's what we talked about this week, was minimizing our own wins, and we really need to pause and not do that. Because then if we're minimizing our wins, then we're in turn maximizing how far we have to go. And that's where we get overwhelmed and paralyzed and think, oh, I can't do it. And, you know, we all know going down that road of thinking is not good. Which made me think when Rhett was having his meltdown today, he was talking about, I can't. And I was like, okay, get on the ground, give me some push-ups. So I'm pretty sure he was crying and doing push-ups because he was counting. So I assumed that he was attempting push-ups for saying I can't. Anyways, so don't say you can't, because you can, or else you got to do push-ups.
You're hardcore, mama.
Some days I'm a pushover.
There's also something to be said about having that space where you can be like, hey, I'm really struggling with this emotionally.
Yeah,
You know, we had that this week.
we did.
And we spent a good chunk of time on that because for every 10, you know, this is my goal, I hit my goal, we're moving on to the next thing, congratulations, there's 10 more of people, issues, circumstances where you're dealing with, you know, the self-doubt, you're dealing with what do I do next? The fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, you know, you get overwhelmed and you're just stuck. And like, there's a million things you could do. And what do I do? You know, being able to have peers that you can say, like, I have no flipping clue what I should be doing next. Like, just being able to say that and it be okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then being like, okay, let's help you with that. Let's get to the next right step, because we see the top of the staircase and not the next step we need to take to get there, right? We see where we want to be, we see what's at the top of the staircase, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I have to climb 1,000 stairs to get there. And you get that in your mind, and it's like, okay, well, what's just like the next right step?
Yeah, and when we're looking at the top of that staircase and not focusing on the next right step, well, we're not seeing that if we would just take the next few right steps, there's an elevator right here that we're fixing to step onto. You know, we make it way more daunting than it ends up being.
And having, you know, having that out of your head and into the world, so you can have that perspective and feedback that's like either yes or girl, you're crazy, like it's okay, you know, is good. It's important to have that kind of pure feedback to be able to tell you, just to bounce something off of and tell you where you're at, you know, because we think we know and sometimes we don't. That's true of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we've had some really good meetings, and we've had some really good stuff come out of it. I feel like we could talk for a long time about what's come out of some of our group sessions. All right, well, I guess we got one more person that hasn't said the hill they'll fight zombies on, and now that my handsome husband has come in here, I'm throwing him under the bus to answer.
Oh, yikes.
What
That's
hill,
what you decided with, huh?
Yes. It was, so the question is, in your career field, what is not the hill you would die on, but the hill you would fight zombies on Halloween? The thing that you really believe in about your career field, and you'll fight zombies on that hill. And tell us who you are, other than Jessica's husband, and what you do.
Well, my name's Derek Bryan, and I am Jessica's husband, the dad to Rhett that she's referred to. And I work in the alcohol and drug rehabilitation field. And the hill that I will die on, killing zombies.
Fight zombies on.
Fight zombies on.
Fight zombies on.
Fight zombies on. Is that true freedom from all addictions, only available through Christ Jesus. And I mean, you can look at that several different ways, but who the sun sets free is free indeed.
That's a good hill to fight zombies on. What is the one thing that you would tell somebody that maybe is in addiction or supporting somebody in addiction? What's the one thing that you would tell them?
That it's going to be okay, and that recovery is possible. Putting your life back together is possible, and there's people out there that will walk you down that road, walk with you, and yeah.
Awesome. I think that's a good one thing. That's a good one thing. Well, I guess our other friends decided that hanging out outside the studio, they didn't want to actually be on camera. I thought they were, but I guess the other guys decided not to be on camera, but that's okay. Don't feel like if you show up here, we're going to make you be on camera. Don't feel like you have to be on camera to show up and see what's going on Fourth Fridays. You really don't. It really is cool. We just wanted to make sure that they had an opportunity because we thought that they did want to be on camera. But we've always got a cool crew of people that are out there and in here. And so if you've never joined us before, come and join us. If you have joined us before, come back. The next time we're here is going to be the day after Thanksgiving, so it'll be Black Friday, and I think it's pretty obvious we're probably going to be talking about what we're thankful for. I don't think I'm letting any cats out of the bag with that one. Like it's Thanksgiving. It's pretty much my favorite holiday. Like we're going to be talking about gratitude. So I think you should come and join that conversation. We'll be grateful if you do. Anybody else have closing thoughts?
I have a follow-up question. So I was talking to a guy just today that said, I'm not into the whole corporate religious thing. So what would you say to that person, Derek?
Ooh.
Corporate religious thing. Well, I would probably tell him that
he wasn't either.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's for sure my answer, because I was probably the biggest skeptic when it come to rehabilitation, because I thought it sounded good for some people and would work for some people, but it wouldn't work for me because of how long I had been in addiction, and then once it was revealed to me that I would have to integrate Jesus Christ into my recovery, so that's the only way to find true lasting recovery from anything, and that can pertain to more than just substance and alcohol abuse. Anything in life that you're struggling with, he takes care of all of it. That has to do with the surrender. And as far as it being corporate, I don't really know how to integrate that, but
it just kind of comes naturally at that point, huh?
It does come natural at that point.
So the I know I caught you off guard, but Jessica kind of said it, but I don't know if everybody heard it or not. But the good news is that Jesus wasn't about corporate worship either, right? He didn't come to go along with the Pharisees, right? He upset their apple cart, right?
Flipping tables.
So yeah, he wasn't in line with corporate either, right? Professional religion, right? That was not his game. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, he was just like us, except for perfect. So there's that. There's the little perfect thing thrown in there,
The whole without sin and blame thing.
It's kind of like your it's kind of like your big brother, right?
Splinter.
You got to be like.
Oh wow. Well,
So-
I think that's probably a pretty good note to end on.
Absolutely.
We've had a great show. We're gonna hang out for a little while longer. So if you're watching live and you're like, oh, I'm on my way, it's okay. We're not leaving. We're not gonna lock
Right.
you out. We're just gonna cut the cameras off and continue the conversation and hang out and have some fun. And so come join us. November 4th Friday, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday edition. We're going to have a great time. And thanks for joining us. Thank you, Katie, for being the hostess with the mostest. Trent, you still got a job, buddy. We're working on 2 microphones here. So be here in November. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Trent, we still need you.
Meet us at the Burrow Dash.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Hey, that's a really good idea. We will be there. So the Burrow Dash is a local event. It's 4-mile fun run. It happens on Thanksgiving morning. You can feel less guilty about everything you eat all day long just because you got up and did the Burrow Dash. It's also a really incredible fundraiser and donates to some awesome charities. It gives some kids and teens opportunities to get in some good volunteer hours for their schools and their organizations. So a lot of good comes out of that, and it's a great time. So if you want to walk it slowly and hang out with a really cool 5-year-old who will run off and leave you, and every time you get close, go, let's leave mom and dad, and take off running again, and be really ready to drink your coquito and eat your turkey. Come join us for that. I can't believe we will not meet again before Thanksgiving.
I
So
know. 2 ways to approach the Burrow Dash, right? You can get on KK's Fitness, right? And get her to train you and
Yeah.
be really fit. Or we can go walk the Burrow Dash, wear stretchy pants, and have no guilt. Either one.
There
It's
you
all
go.
good.
I have my man eating turkey pants. If you don't know the reference, go watch the skit, guys. All right. See you next week. Next month on 4th Friday if we don't see you at the Burrow Dash.
See you later.
Bye.